Let's talk more about this with Mr. Hussein al-Bukhaiti, which is a Yemeni activist. He's with us from Sana'a right now. Thank you very much for being with us, Mr. al-Bukhaiti. We all know that you have close ties with Yemen's Ansarullah, Mr. Bukhaiti. Could you know what made them take this move of taking charge of the capital Sana'a at a time when the country is probably at the verge of a civil war?
First of all, they took charge because, as you said, the country was in the brink of chaos. It's not civil war. This propaganda of civil war is what the Islahi and the Saudi media would like people to make people fear it, to like kind of threat that Yemen will be like Syria or like Iraq. So the resignation of President Hadi and the government, they make this vacuum in the country that was going to affect the security, going to affect the economy. Even the minister, they refused to continue their duty till the formation or till the agreement of a new government. And so they had to take this step. They've waited since the end of the national dialogue. They were let down by the 2011 revolution when a shared government was formed by Saleh and by the Islahi party. So they were all in the old regime, and they formed that government after 2011. So at this time they had to take this decision, and they did this constitutional declaration. And I want the people who are watching your channel to know that the articles in this constitutional declaration are the same articles of the 2011 revolution. 2011 revolution asked for the dismissal of the parliament, building of a new national congress of 551 members, and as well to form a presidential council of 5 people. And the Ansarullah, or the Revolutionary Committee, in this declaration has set this point. So they are the same point that Islahi were asking in 2011. I mean, what happens? Why they are against it now? It's just because it came mainly from the revolution of 2014. And Islahi, like I said, they do want to accept Ansarullah as a part of Yemen. They just want to discuss with them, but when they come to an agreement, they always refuse to implement it or make any government or a partnership government.
But Mr. Bukhaiti, excuse me there, Mr. Bukhaiti, but the Houthis have been pinning to return to power since 1962. How can they are a Shiite minority in a Sunni-dominated country, excuse me for using these terminologies, but this is the truth. So how can they take over with so little fighting, and where are they getting their weapons from?
I mean, I don't know why you went back to 1962. I mean, they never tried to fight. There was a revolution in 1962 that was robbed by some part of the in some powers in Yemen, like Al-Ahmar family, and then after that came Ali Abdullah Saleh, and the war started between Sayyid Abdul Malik, Sayyid Hussein, and President Saleh in 2004, when they went against, when they declared war against him because of his slogan, and about the weapons they have. Every Yemeni have a weapon. So when they were attacked in Sa'da, they had to defend themselves. They fight the government, and they did win many battles, and they got these weapons from the army bases that were attacking them. So this is a war, like any other war around the world.
So I want you to again to Mr. Hussein al-Bukhaiti, Yemeni activist, and ask him about what are the key and principal demands that Ansarullah are asking for or have in their portfolio while these talks are underway in Sana'a.
Just first of all, I want to say something about the report that we showed a few minutes ago, that the Houthis are Shia, they Zaydi, and they are fighting Al-Qaeda because they Sunni. I mean, it's not because they fight Al-Qaeda because Al-Qaeda are criminals, and all Yemenis like they are against Al-Qaeda. I mean, the same like with Jordan now fighting Daesh. Jordan, the Jordanians are Sunni and Daesh are Sunni. It's not sectarian in fighting Al-Qaeda. Can you repeat your question, please?
I was asking you, what are the key terms and the principal demands of Ansarullah in these talks, in these political talks?
The main demands are still the same demands as after the national dialogue conference outcome. the full implementation of the national dialogue, and this is going to start with forming a government of partnership. Hadi and the previous government has not done that yet. And after 2014 revolution, there was the peace and partnership agreement which insists about the implementation of the national dialogue and to build a government of partnership that can see and oversee this implementation.
But Mr. Bukhaiti, we have two parties that have already withdrawn from the dialogue, claiming that the Houthis are threatening them to forcefully abide by their demands or they will meet certain threats. And we heard Abdul Malik al-Houthi a couple of hours ago saying that he or any group who works against the benefit of Yemen will be losing his own grounds in Yemen. So do you think such talks have a chance of success amidst all this political rivalry in the country?
Yeah, I mean, this is not a threat. I mean, if somebody has come into agreement and signed an agreement and they refuse to fulfill this agreement, then we should ask, we shouldn't say, why this reaction of Sayyid Abdul Malik or from Ansarullah. We should ask, what was the action that made this reaction? We have been waited so long, and they want Yemen to become like Syria and like Iraq. The Saudis are trying to do so, the Americans are trying to do so, even the Turkish government. Lately, the Turkish government is going to start a flight to Aden on a daily basis from next month. And the cause of that, they said, because of exchange of tourists and all these things. I mean, this nobody can believe that. Why you do extra flight to south of Yemen where there is more trouble in the south? This is a huge plot to put Yemen into chaos. And if Ansarullah and the Revolutionary Committee has not taken this step, the country can fall apart. And as you see lately today, the Popular Committee with the army has took control of Al-Bayda province. This province, it took them first Rada. It took the Popular Committee 4 days to clear all Rada, while the United States and the Yemeni army, the Yemeni government, has failed in 4 years. So they're doing a great job. It means they have a great support. The whole United Nations, the whole Security Council, the whole Gulf State, and most of the regional country were against Ansarullah, were against the revolution, and as well some power in Yemen were against them, but they did succeed, they did win. All Yemenis have gone, but Ansarullah has succeeded. This means that most of Yemenis are with them. If they were against them, they wouldn't be able to move anywhere, because everybody have gone, everybody will fight them.
I want to thank you.
And everybody must know, there is a huge exception for Ansarullah and for goals that which are mainly the implementation of the national dialogue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hussein al-Bukhaiti, Yemeni activist, for your contribution to our show. It was a very rich contribution. Thank you very much. Now.